Hi everyone, welcome back. It's Tuesday. I don't know why, but my Mondays have been feeling like Sundays, so I guess my Tuesday is my Monday now. I think this week I'm going to do a bit of planning for August. I got this new bullet journal book. A friend got it to me for my birthday, so I think I'll use that to start doing just businessy stuff. I have a real habit of using like 10 different notebooks at a time, and then I can never remember where I've put everything. So I think I'm going to use this and stock grid. It should be good. Yeah. We took it easy at the start of the week. Had a nice walk in the sunshine. It looks kind of sunny now, but it's been raining for the past couple of days, which is a bit meh. But oh well, more time to do indoor stuff. Hello, it is Wednesday. Today is Wednesday. So I was up last night doing some silhouette cutting stuff. It's like the first time that I've had the machine out in about 6 years, but it was so late and I was sort of just got into the groove of it and forgot to film stuff. Let's see if I can show you what I did. So where are they? I firstly printed on the wrong side of the paper. Oops, but let me learn. At least I only did it once. The cuts are mostly okay, but there's like a few little bits that you can see through the other side. The very first cut I did resulted in everything being cut out completely instead of kiss cut. So excuse me. So that wasn't ideal, but I cut it like halfway through because I'd put 2 on the sheet. Cut it halfway through and then changed it so that I could test this one properly and not waste the paper. And I'm decently happy with it. I just wanted to like change the sizing of some stuff and the layout, and I want to test out doing some die cut stuff as well. So I've been working on a few things. I've got it ready to go here. I've been playing about with like cutting options, and it's actually the first time I'm going to use the mat from the silhouette. I've never used it before, but because I want to do kiss cut and then cut out completely, I thought I'd probably best use the mat. So let's see how this goes. I don't even know if I just missed that filming, but we took this off and that was good, but trying to peel this off, it's gone like super curly. I don't really know how to stop that from happening. And I think my kiss cut's too heavy. You can kind of see the indentations on the back there, and I don't like that it does that, so I'm gonna have to experiment with that. Put that under a book to flatten it or something. Stop it from curling up. Let's see. Need to look at all of these people with the Cricut and see how they take them off their mats. Get one of those fancy tools that helps take it off. I feel like this silhouette mat is really plasticky and hard in comparison to the Cricut mat. It looks like the Cricut mat's really flexible, which I feel would make it easier to pull these off. I feel like if I bend this one too much, it'll dent and crack. I wonder if I have a palette knife I could even use. I feel like a palette knife might do the job. I have one somewhere, but there's only one left, so we'll test it next time. Okay, so they're super curly. It'd be kind of annoying to have to try to flatten these out every single time I've cut a pack. So I don't really know what the solution is there. Although this mat, and it came with my silhouette whenever I first got it years ago, so maybe they have better options now, so maybe look into that. And then under my, it's kind of hard to see, the Kiss Cut sticker pack. I'm pretty happy with how they turned out, and this would be like a die cut set. Not super happy with all the colours. This is too orange, and this one is like a strange red colour. It didn't really turn out how I wanted it to, and then the acorns as well. It's just a couple of things where the colours are a bit too bright. But overall, happy with my attempt on this one. I think there's a couple of things I definitely want to tweak with it, but I'm going to leave that for now and get on to planning for August. Probably going to film a bit of that too, but that video will probably come out before this one. But if you haven't seen it, go check it out. I'll probably have it linked at the end. So I just need to sit down. I did a bit of a brain dump last night. Just with everything, I like to kind of do that every once in a while. Even if it's not everything that I know I'm going to get done in August, because it would just be far too much to try to get done all in 1 month. It helps me get it out of my brain and figure out which ones I want to focus on. So I did that last night, and it means then I can sit down properly and plan what tasks and things I want to try to look at for August. For now, I'm going to have a snack because I'm hungry, and then get on planning. So I will chat to you later, maybe tomorrow. We'll see. Hello, welcome. It is Thursday, and so I did my my August plan with me video today. Well, I filmed it last night and got it up today. The size of my hair. I put it in a bun when it was wet, and it's just massive now. So I did that, and it's up on my channel if you're interested in watching. But it was looking at this setup, and so I've like narrowed it down to 2 pages instead of 3 like last month. And then I quite like how it's turned out. It's like, so just have a cover page with a nice quote on it. I'm going to put my figures in here for YouTube and Instagram. These are like my big tasks for the month. And then these 2 at the bottom for Instagram and YouTube, I'm just going to colour in when I upload. For Instagram, it's just like newsfeed uploads. And then anytime I upload a video to YouTube. Just so I can keep track of it, because I did it for July. And it's just nice to visually see, you know, when I'm uploading. This Instagram was whenever I did the indie roller challenge. So it looks good. But it makes me sort of see where I'm missing out. That gives me kind of a goal to look at. These were my figures for the end of June. So tomorrow I'm going to put these in and see how far I've come. That page that you've just seen as well is a tracker that I just made, really basic, to show when I hit certain goals. So I've gotten to 150 on Instagram so far. I can't remember at the minute what I'm at on YouTube. I think it's 60 maybe, which is mad, but I'm trying not to think about the numbers like too much through the day. I don't want to focus too much on the numbers. It's just nice to have a way to keep track of it, just to look back on. I think there's been a couple of people on Instagram that I've been following who've been uploading like their list of when they hit all their different like milestones. So I'm glad that I've started doing this, because it was really cool to see people who have been doing it for a while and how far they've come and how long it's taken them and stuff. So I'm glad that I've started that. Sorry if I'm out of breath. I don't know if it's like pregnancy, but just talking makes me out of breath now. Another thing was my sticker test pack. I got some really nice like feedback on how to try to take it off without it being bendy. The paper went all like curly, so I think it's like my mat's too sticky and the way I'm taking it off is not helping. Although it's gotten me thinking, because I used some of the stickers that I made for my journal, and I didn't like some of them. I wasn't really fond of. I don't know if that's just personal preference, but you know, it got me thinking about what I actually want to sell whenever I do open my shop. And you know, I don't want to sell stuff that I don't think I would use, so it's gotten me thinking about what it is, like what kind of product it is that I would like to sell. I know, like, I love journaling, but it's maybe not the most traditional method of journaling. Like I definitely do it more artsy and a lot more collage elements to it, so it's gotten me thinking about maybe making some sort of product that works with that kind of version of using a journal. Not sure exactly how it would look, but it's gotten the cogs turning now as to how I want to do it. Also, the paper that I've been using is paper that I bought when I first got my silhouette like 6 years ago, and I don't know if it's just because I've had the paper for so long. I assume so, but I had some major problems trying to peel off some of these stickers, so I'm gonna have to buy a new batch of paper to test out, so that I can get some true testing done on it, because it's just not working very well. Like I had to physically cut some of these out. The quality I'm much happier with. I still would much rather a better printer, but I think the quality's much better than I expected it to be from the printer that I have right now. And I actually really like the die cut stickers that I did. I think they'd be like cute on a laptop or on a phone case or something. So now that I have been thinking about different product options, I think I'm gonna go and have a little bit of a brainstorm, try and plan out what kind of stuff that I would actually use, like look at my journal and see how I've been using it, because I've had this journal for a long time. You know, I've tried the standard method of journaling, the very kind of like, you can see the very standard setups with the future logs and all of that, and I just didn't really use it very much. I think I like the arty side of it. I like sitting and having like a movie on in the background or some music and looking at all my different like magazines, or even like painting and stuff. Like, let's see if I can find another one. Like even just doing this, like a little collage. I have a few in here. Let's see. I just find it quite fun. So I'm gonna look through and try to come up with like a little plan of, you know, what products would actually work for me and how I do my journal. I don't know if anybody else does their journals like this, but you know, if they do, it means then they have maybe a product that would work for them. Can't really find any other pages that I've done now at the minute, but anyway, that's my Thursday thoughts. I also need to tidy this space, it's gotten a bit messy. My husband, he describes my creativity as an explosion. Like, he says that I need a space to explode in because whenever I create, things just kind of gather around me in a giant circle of mess, and it just gets worse and worse as I get more creative. But I don't mind that. Thinking about my goals as well. I have it kind of narrowed down so that it's like 4 categories, is it? 4? Yeah, so I've got home, business, baby, and me. And I wanted to set like main things to focus on for the month so that I wouldn't kind of bog myself down with an overwhelming list of things to do. But these are like top priority to get done, and then anything else that I get done is bonus. And I think it just makes it easier for me to focus on things, because I have a list of things that I want to do that is so long that it will take all year for me to do. So this just makes it a bit easier to focus on things and actually get them done. And then whenever I was looking back on like my weekly spreads, I just don't use the ones that are like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, that sort of thing. I tend to think of my tasks in a more of a weekly manner. So I'm thinking, instead of doing the Monday, Tuesday sort of running order, I might just do like this week as a header. Put like my top 4 priorities for that week in, along with maybe like a smaller list of other things that I would like to get done, or different tasks. Maybe even use it just as like a journal, in that I write what I did during the day, which I think is really beneficial. I think like not just having a list of to-dos, but a list of what you've done is really good, because I think it's really easy to forget what you've done in a day and not realise you've actually been really productive when you think you haven't. So I might do that too. And the reason I say 4 instead of 3, because I think 3 is like a number that a lot of people tend to use. For me, 4, because then it means each week I can focus on something within each category on my big task list. So for example, I want to get our living room finished being decorated. We started last year when we moved in before Christmas, because we wanted it to kind of be somewhat finished before we had a little Christmas gathering with our friends. But we didn't like do all of the little bits, so I need to paint all of our trim and the door frames and like cleaning through the radiator, like, you know, down in the cracks where it's all dusty and gross. Give it a deep clean, and the fireplace needs sorted out. There's just different things that I want to do. So the main thing that I wrote down for that was that the living room needs finished painting and deep cleaned. But instead of that being like one big task to think of, again with like the overwhelmingness of that, maybe it won't overwhelm other people, but I find that when I think too long term, or when I think about a task, I find it easier if I just really break it down into like the smallest task that I can. It just makes it much more manageable. So that's why I was thinking of doing the weekly rundown. So it could be that I just clean the radiator. That could be my one task for my home section that week. Sorry, I feel like I'm rambling a bit about this, but it's just like I'm trying to think more about how planning can work for me, and not trying to plan like everybody else plans. And I feel like for me, breaking everything down into really small manageable chunks is like the best way for me to do it, because, you know, thinking about it like that makes it much more approachable, instead of it being this huge task to complete and not wanting to start it. I love seeing other people's journals, so if you have like a YouTube channel or an Instagram, comment down below. I'd love to check it out and see how you journal, what works for you, and if anybody's got any tips, that would be cool too. Maybe I'll do a whole video on this. I don't know if that's like of interest to anybody. I know I do my monthly plan with me, but they're generally just like top down videos of me showing the setup. I'm not really going into depth of why I'm doing what I'm doing. So if that's of interest, let me know, and I will maybe see if I can put together a video of something like that. Anyway, I am out of breath from talking, and I am hungry. I just am always hungry now. Third trimester pregnancy. Can't not be hungry. I just want to eat all the time. So I'm gonna go get a snack, and I think I will go catch up on some other people's studio vlogs and call it a night, and I will probably catch up with you tomorrow.